Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Rakah Kodesh. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. All right, this is just gonna be a response, all right, or add-on, okay, to this video, all right, that was done by the elder Itazawam. Okay, stay in the spirit 144, and hey, he basically hit the nail right on the head. You have these these deceivers, all right, so to put it, okay, which they were caught straight up. And the main thing, all right, what I'm gonna say is, if you cannot see this by now, and you actually sincerely trust and believe them, then you are completely through. You're through and beyond. All right, because from the jump, before they even came out and said this, we told you you can't trust them. When this started, last year, all right, when they first started locking things back down, when they started locking things down, what did they start with? They said 2 weeks. I remember Cuomo saying that. All right, they said 2 weeks. And we told you it ain't going to be no 2 weeks. There's something called gradualism. They say one thing, just if people knew from last year that they were going to extend it damn near a whole year, you think people would have been down for that? Of course not. But gradually, where did we end up? 2 weeks. Then in 2 weeks, because you know what? They knew that by the time you're almost up to 2 weeks, they can have another batch of BS they can use to justify extending it a little bit further, maybe another 2 weeks. And then by the time you get there, so the 2 weeks are sort of like 2 weeks if everything is good by that second week, knowing damn well that they're going to make sure that everything is not good by the second week. All right, and then boom, just keep going after that. Then they extend it middle of this month. Winter's coming. Never mind. And then here you go. And these are the same people who turned around when Vanessa was first came out, and they said, look, we started saying they're gonna set up dates. All right, they're gonna make them mandates. All right, a lot of these different prime ministers, these different rulers of these different countries initially came out, oh no, we're not gonna do that. Oh, the UK, oh no, we're not doing that. France, no, they said it. No, we're not gonna be doing any mandates. No, none of that. But then they turn around and they're the same ones enforcing it. You talking about jail time, fines, no more tests. You straight up got to go on a date with her. You got to go on a date with Vanessa, or there's no other way. But wait, aren't you the same person or the same people who were so quick to deny it and shut it down? Which we told you. They were going to come up with a pass. They're going to come up with because that's what they do. That's the devil. Look up the word. It means to deceive. Okay? To deceive you means they make you believe something that isn't true. But people are so gone that when they get caught in a lie, and these people actually believe the BS they try to use to justify that. Oh, well, you got to understand that at that time when I said that, the science or things weren't as bad as they are now. So now we need to start looking at more, safety measures. Oh, really? You don't say. That's very interesting. But as we told you, man, there was going to be that period of peace and safety. But now we're starting to see them coming down with great wrath. And just you wait as we approach another lockdown, as we approach wintertime, it's going to get hard. And people think that it's going to be hard for those that aren't acquainted with Vanessa. All right. People think that it's going to get hard for us, but they don't understand. The scriptures say, they that consent unto them shall be had in derision and reproach and trodden underfoot. So you thinking, which I got a few precepts on it, but you thinking that, I'm gonna team up, I'm gonna join them and do what they say, so that I don't have to suffer the wrath that they're coming with. But you fail to understand that, as the scriptures say, these devils are the sword of the Lord. The Most High is behind their wrath, and He directs where their wrath is gonna go. And what He's gonna do, Lord willing, But hey, as it is written, for His elect, Okay, Lord willing, we're of that. But for his elect, he's gonna protect them, and the wrath is gonna be directed at everybody that's not a part of the Lord's elect. All right. So if you think you're gonna escape that judgment because of consenting onto them, you have another thing coming. Because Esau is not the issuer of judgments. That comes from Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. But sometimes the Lord uses Esau to do it. But it doesn't start with him. He's not the head. Okay. So as you can see right here, Biden on, Victor 19 Vanessa's. All right. Victor and Vanessa. It says it's still a question if the federal government, all right, can mandate the whole country. I don't know that yet. And like the elder said in the video, if you don't know, why would you come out and say, you know what? They do know. Okay. But just the same way, there's this tactic they use where they introduce. It's like the introduction phase. And when you introduce something, all right, that sounds very crazy initially because it's the first time you're introducing it. You don't do it from a devil's advocate perspective, meaning you're introducing the idea of mandating it for the whole country. Now, when you introduce such a idea that's going to have major backlash, in order to have damage control on that introduction, you have to add that I don't know yet. So it almost sounds as though, well, I don't even think that's a thing we can do. But just so you know, that's how you get the foot in the door. All right, so it's in people's minds that, hey, this is being talked about. So later on, they can go back and say, hey, remember when we talked about such and such? Yeah, it turns out that we actually can do it, and we will. See, now it's a little different reaction than the first time you introduce it, you're already saying we're doing it. People are always going, whoa. But once again, gradualism. All right, gradualism. The whole thing with the election, Trump came out and put the idea or the thought out of them not being an election or election fraud and so on and so forth. And then slowly but surely, things started heading in that direction. All right, there are tactics that these devils use on the minds of people. All right, silent weapons for silent wars. So now let's go to the book of Isaiah. And this is why the Lord said, all right, via the prophet Isaiah, in Isaiah 33:6, that wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability, all right, of thy times. Because it's going to allow us to navigate through these nets and these traps and these snares, okay, that are set out here to trap us. Because you think you're going to be in a good case, but you're not. And by the time you realize it, it's going to be too late for you. Now, this is the book of Isaiah 31:1. It says, woe to, because how stupid would you have to be to actually trust the devil? Think about that. And there's a clear, when you watch this video, you'll see the clear hypocrisy, the clear lies, okay, I should say, the clear lies, and then you're going to turn around and still trust what they say? All right? It says, woe unto them that go down to Egypt for help. Now, modern day Egypt or spiritual Egypt is referring on to here, all right, America or Babylon. And you can read about that in the book of Revelation 11, the 11th chapter and the 8th verse, all right, which talks about this place being spiritually called Sodom and Egypt. Okay, so woe unto them that go down to Egypt for help and stay on horses and trust in chariots because they are many, and in horsemen because they are very strong, but they look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek the Lord. Because in all of this, these people are bugging out and losing their minds, all right, fearing these mandates. But wait, hold on a second. You're rushing to go follow what they're saying because you fear their mandates, all right. But when we tell you about the judgments that the Lord is going to bring, people don't care. You see, when it comes to the Lord's judgment, oh, who cares? But when it comes to Esau's mandates, oh my gosh, these people they've completely lost it, man. But as it says, woe unto you that go down to Egypt for help, because what you're gonna find out is they can't help you. Man cannot help you or protect you against the Lord or from the Lord. But vice versa is definitely very possible. And it says, but they look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek the Lord. As a matter of fact, in Isaiah 30, it tells you that they said, get thee out of the way. Cause the Holy One to cease from before us. So not only do they not look to the Holy One of Israel, they don't even want to see. They don't want to hear about the Lord. You know, even a Christian will get mad at you when you tell them to have faith when they're going through some tribulation. They're seeking the fastest, most immediate carnal means of escape. Verse 2, yet he also is wise and will bring evil and will not call back his words, but will arise against the house of evildoers, or the house of the evildoers, and against the help of them that work iniquity. Now the Egyptians are men and not God. They're not a power. They're men. They die like you. They bleed like you. All right. They're a different type of wicked, but they're men. All right. It says, and their horses are flesh and not spirit. When the Lord shall stretch out his hand, both he that helpeth shall fall, and he that is hoping shall fall down, and they all shall fail together. So now, what do you do when the Lord brings judgment upon the whole planet Earth? And you're in cahoots with the enemy. The enemy's going to, get caught up in it, but you're going to get caught up in it too. Okay? And Vanessa ain't going to save you then. You're not going to escape a famine because you done dealt with Vanessa. Oh, look, shit, I know her. And then all of a sudden you got a full belly. It's not how it works. You're not going to be immune to to nuclear missiles. And as a matter of fact, do you think that the Most High can't release wild ass plagues out here? You doing all of this, you feeling like you invincible, like you Superman, like you Hancock, because you done dealt with Vanessa. But hold up, let the Lord release maybe 5 other plagues that these people have never seen before. What are you people gonna do then? These people are gonna completely lose it. What are you gonna do? This is the beginning of sorrows. The Lord hasn't even started playing with you yet, and everybody's rushing over something that has a super high survival rate. And you rushing for this. How much more for when there's actual plagues that you can see somebody bleeding out their eyeballs and their nose and their mouth and dropping dead, and then maybe getting back up and then chasing your ass. What you gonna do then? As fast as they could come up with Vanessa, or they came up with Vanessa, they're not gonna be able to come up with anything then. And just you wait till they tell you. You run down to them for help, and they tell you, no, we can't help you. We can't even help ourselves. The day they actually say we don't know what this is, what's going on, and we can't do anything about it. Oh man, I'd like to see the faces on these sheeple. All right, when they find that out, and you realize, yeah, you're on your own. All right, and we're gonna rejoice. All right, as the scriptures say in Isaiah 65, we're gonna rejoice and boast in the Lord, because this is gonna be everything exactly as the Lord said it would be. All right. Now this is the book of Psalms 55 and 21. It says, the words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. And that's how they're able to get past the mental defenses of these people. They slip right past it, all right, based on how they butter up their words. All right, so you're hearing into your ears, but it's going under the radar of your senses, okay? Because a lot of people don't have that spiritual discernment. And they don't see what this is all leading to. It says, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. And also you got to keep in mind that these people they're actually having a lot of backlash. All right, there's a lot of people that are fed up. They're like, look, we see right through this and we're not with it. So what do you think they're going to do? The stick, right? Coming down by consent or by conquest. We're done with consent. We're going for conquest. All right, and the scriptures talk about that in 2 Ezra 15 about they shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand within their power. But once people start doing that, wait till the riots and the chaos breaks forth over some. Let them come out with some extreme draconian mandate and let people say enough is enough and start rioting. You know what they're gonna do? They're gonna bring them troops right in to enforce that mandate. Because they're gonna have justification too, right? Oh, these people are bugging out. Let's declare martial law. Let's put them in their place. But now, since they wanted to buck up, we're gonna enforce this with the military, with these troops. Because war was in his heart. And martial law is what? Warlike law. That's what they have in their minds. That's what was really on their list. All right. Let me close this out. I might just use these. All right. And it says, his words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. Drawn swords. Okay. Ready to stab. Stab and jab. Okay. So you got to be careful, man. You have to really, as the scriptures say, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. Whenever we talk about his devices, we're the ones that are doing too much. Oh, we're always talking about them. Oh, we're always doing this. We're always doing that. Well, guess what? That's how you end up not being ignorant of his devices. Okay, because it's gonna get bad, man, and you're gonna start to see the numbers dwindle. You're gonna start to see it's gonna start off with a lot of backlash, but as people die and people get scared and people get made examples of, that number is gonna start to dwindle. Because what did the scriptures say? We're all being put through the fire, and the Lord is turning up the fire, meaning there's gonna be people that are gonna burn. You may put a large sum of people in that furnace, but you're not gonna get the same amount back. Only those that are actually made of pure, pure rich material, pure rich gold are gonna come out refined. Okay, and we just pray that we are made of that pure and fine gold. Okay, so with that, I'm gonna end it here. All right, I just wanted to do a quick, add on to that, and hey, we just gotta watch and see, but we can pretty much see, and we know through prophecy and through faith, but now we're seeing with our eyes. There's only one direction this is headed, and it's straight towards prophecy. All right, full force ahead, man. Okay, as well as them developing that central bank digital currency. So all these things happening now is not by coincidence, man. All right, so we're gonna continue to hasten on to the coming of the day of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. And with that, I hope you were edified. In closing, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakah Kodash. Until next time, Shalom.